Incoming transmission. Good morning, cadets, and welcome back to our Mass Effect Andromeda playthrough. We just left the Nexus space dock, and I guess now probably we can chat with our crew and get to know them better. But before we do that, let's start with the email terminal. And okay, from Lexi. Ryder, I've completely completed my analysis of the injuries suffered on Habitat 7 during the fall. Well, both falls, including the facial damage incurred when your helmet shattered. Those hairline subsurface fractures are mending nicely. If you want to monitor the healing process, there's facial reconstruction suit installed in the Tempest medbay. Exploring harsh environments can take its toll, after all. The suit, the suit can make any desired adjustments to your appearance quickly and safely. Callow claims the suit runs on antiquated xenon. I think that's one of his little jokes, Lexi. Hold up, so does that mean I can change my appearance? I don't remember about this one, to be honest. Right, let's start with Callow.
Glad you stopped by. You'll pardon me if I keep an eye on our vector?
That's probably smart.
Yep.
Nothing like being on the bridge of your very own ship, is there?
So, you designed it?
You mentioned something about helping design the Tempest?
Test pilot, mostly. Plunging through the Nemean abyss was almost a preparation for the Scourge. Of course, it took a whole team to build the Tempest. I was the only one to come to Helios, though.
Why did you?
What can I say? We poured our hearts into a ship that wouldn't realize her potential until Andromeda. I could have stood on the shore and waved goodbye, or took the leap to see how it all turned out.
Yeah, you know what? I think I would have done the same.
I get it. Like leaving a good story half finished.
The team liked that one of us was going. It felt right after all we went through. I remember Serena debugging line 2281 over and over, chewing that green pencil. Tion and O'Connell arguing equations, tapping on the console, 3 drips of coffee on the corner.
You remember all that?
Oh, yes. Solarians have photographic memories, and apparently mine's unusually sharp. Like my past is still happening. Though I suppose with the Solarian arc missing, you might not get many chances to compare.
Speaking of which, any word on that arc?
Did you hear anything about the Ark back on the Nexus?
Not a peep. Isn't that strange? You'd think there'd be something. Not that I dislike your company, but it's lonely without other Solarians.
But there's Tan.
Cheer up, Callow. We'll always have Director Tan.
That snide little bureaucrat? All the more reason to find the others. I should get back to it, but thank you. I was afraid the Tempest would be mothballed after we lost your father. We built her for this. She deserves to be in a Pathfinder's hands. Please, come by any time.
Will do. Anything else?
What can I do for you?
What can you tell me more about the Solarians that we don't know?
You know, I haven't actually met many Solarians.
Careful. Depending who you ask, we're conniving spies, genius researchers, or meddling scientists. We have to pack a lot of living into 40-odd years. Everything gets accelerated, lines blur. I just hope we don't repeat our old mistakes out here.
Let's hope so. We don't need another Jet of Age type of thing. Any stories about the Tempest, though?
If you helped to build the Tempest, you must know plenty about her.
Just about everything. By memory. It was quite the effort to get her working. The initiative needed absolutely up-to-date technology, which we all had to coordinate, and some of it was rather tricky to acquire.
Acquire?
Buy. Legally and above board, of course. Yes.
Yes.
Sadly, the other Pathfinder vessels were lost when the Scourge hit the Nexus. The Tempest is truly unique.
Oh. So, does this mean he's the last one? Well, more pressure on us. Let's not lose it then. But any other stories?
Tell me something else about the ship.
Her engine's based on the Ark's Odyssey drive, which got us through dark space. The core takes the static electricity it generates and stores it in capacitors. We basically make our own power supply.
Neat.
It took Serena and Tion weeks to get it working on a smaller ship. And a few electrical shocks.
Indeed. Is that it, or any more?
Tell me something else about the ship.
Our aerospace engineer was Tianada Vasmore, a Quarian fellow, and absolutely fearless. Once, some Omega scrap dealer pulled the "we don't sell to Quarians" nonsense. Tion found a workaround.
What did he do?
He glued a memory foam to his environmental suit, then, during the negotiations, leaned against the drive core he wanted, very casual. It made a perfect mold of the components, and the scrap dealer was none the wiser.
That's really smart. I like that Korean. Is he here in Andromeda? I would like to meet him. Any other stories?
Tell me something else about the ship.
The glass on board? It's actually a clear oxide and nanofiber compound. It bends rather than shattering.
How tough is it? We're only an arm's length away from hard vacuum.
Our testing involved 3 drunk Krogan with sledgehammers and a C-Sec battering ram. It's sturdy.
Of course, you have to get the Krogan involved. It's obvious. Is that it? Any other interesting trivia?
Tell me something else about the ship.
O'Connell, our systems designer, was running a power distribution model, how power moves through the ship. But he forgot to lock his terminal and we, added a few embellishments.
Of course
For
you
2
did.
days, poor O'Connell was convinced that turning on all the bathroom lights would overload the engine core.
Yes, pranks at work. But that's not gonna happen, right? Right, Callow?
Tell me something else about the ship.
I'm all out of stories for now. Sorry. You'll have to make some new ones.
Okay, will do.
I'll let you concentrate.
You know where I'll be.
Flying the ship. Right. Suvi. We haven't properly met.
Ah, Pathfinder. It's so wonderful to meet you. I'm Dr. Suvi Anwar, assigned to act as liaison between your crew and the Nexus science team.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome to my team. I look forward to working with you.
Likewise. I can't wait to get to work. There hasn't been much to do so far, unfortunately. I've studied all the planetary scans. I've even had some hands-on experience with Helios soil samples. If you want, I'll send you my analysis on the native bacteria and microfauna. 60 pages.
Yeah, and that's gonna help us how?
Will this be useful to my mission?
It's extraordinary what we can learn from Dirt's profile, what lived and died here, how our own plants might fare. Anyway, I've waited months to get out there to see Helios. It's why I joined the initiative. The Milky Way was just a corner of a vast universe, a corner of a tiny corner. We're the ones who got to step out of that corner. It's incredible.
The first time I handled a Prothean artifact, I was hooked. It was so alien. I just knew there's more out there, and I want to see all of it.
I totally know what you mean.
So will you be joining us on missions?
Oh, that's funny. Me, out there, with the guns and the danger and everything.
Oh, okay, we have a romance option, but I'm not gonna choose that. I'm not gonna romance Suvi. So, sorry guys. Why do you think that's funny though?
Why should that be funny? You seem capable.
Oh, I'm flattered, but no. I have no combat experience. I'd shoot you in the back. Not intentionally, of course. Anyway, I've just received some instructions from the science team, and I really should go over them. Later then.
Later. But, of course, we're gonna have to try again and see if she has something else to say.
Pathfinder.
Yes, she has. What can you tell me about the science team on the Nexus?
I take it you work closely with the Nexus science team?
I try to keep in contact with them. We discuss anything and everything we discover out here. After all, many brains are better than one, and Dr. Aridana is worth 2 or 3 at least.
True.
I work best when I have other people to bounce ideas off of.
Anything on the scans in Andromeda?
I'm still fuzzy about how we managed to see Andromeda all the way from home.
It confused me too. I mean, The light lag would have made any data 2 million years out of date. So I asked Dr. Aridana, and she told me, well, it wasn't her tech that did it. It was the Geths.
You're kidding. Those killer robots we had in the Milky Way?
Those exact ones. The Initiative obtained data from an array in deep space, a Geth construct. According to Aridana, the Geth rebuilt a mass relay and turned the approach corridor into an FTL sensor.
FTL sensor. So a faster-than-light telescope? They could survey Andromeda as it was?
Not exactly, but it cut down the lag by enough. We don't know why the Geth were interested in observing beyond the galaxy, though. Maybe we'll never know.
That was a hard info to obtain, though.
How did the Initiative even get its hands on Geth knowledge? They're isolationist and hostile.
I don't know, Ryder. Maybe I don't want to know.
Yeah, maybe a mystery that needs to be left a mystery. But how was your experience in Helios cluster so far?
How long have you been awake in Helios?
Not as long as some. Missed the entire mess of the uprising, thank heaven. I was defrosted to replace an exiled member of the team. Not that there was much science to do for the longest time.
So what did you do?
Helped wherever I could. Made plans for science we would eventually do. Spent some time on an investigation, figuring out how long the food would last if the worst happened. Who's essential, who's not, who gets what. I don't want to do that again.
So what happened to that plan?
That plan exists? Where is it?
I don't know. I hope it's gone. Burned. We have a Pathfinder now. We're going to be okay.
Okay. Do you know anything about the Scourge?
What do you know about the Scourge?
We established that it's artificial. Someone put it there. Or they did something that caused its creation. We don't know why. That's still a mystery.
Okay. Hopefully we can find out more about it, but we'll talk
I
later.
should get back to things.
Sounds good.
Thanks for the chat. Where is everybody? So we have Cora back in her place. Gil over here. Anybody up? No. So just the 2 floors. This is... what? Escape pods, I think. Loadout station. So this is where we prepare to leave on our missions.
We haven't really spoken since orientation, have we?
It's all been so hectic, but I'm sure things will quiet down soon. Can't be worse than the Nexus.
Well, let's hope so. Right,
Ryder,
I do
when
believe...
you've got a minute, stop by the medbay.
Yeah, will do. If I remember correctly... Yep. Debrief. We have our emissions done. Get more boxes and all that. 93% of success. And that one. Which one to do? Ooh, 81, 29. 38 there. Whoa, okay. I think... yeah, these are... don't want to go out. These are gold, silver, and we have bronze. Yeah, I guess we're gonna send this one with 81%. Gonna take like 5 hours. I don't know. That's going to be what? In 4 or 5 episodes? Maybe even less if I forget by mistake to leave FK my character. Right. Biolab, you said.
Nice place you found.
Oh,
Clean air, plants, helps me think.
Something on your mind?
Maybe.
whoa, take it easy.
Your biotics always do that when you're maybe stressed?
I got it. I'm good. I don't normally lose it like that. A huntress should have better control.
Huntress?
Another term for an Asari commando. I was one, before the initiative. Some things stick, though. Like losing the old man.
But you're not exactly not sorry. How did you end up being a commando?
How does a human soldier get to serve with Asari?
Prove your biotics can rip an APC apart, and people get nervous. Funny that. The Alliance found me a cross-species military initiative in a hurry. Sent me to Thessia to serve with the Huntress unit. One of the few places where my powers were welcomed. Your father made another one.
So, did you know my father well?
You were his second in command. Were you friends too?
He was more a mentor than a friend. Prickly old bastard. But I respected that. People treat geniuses like they're made of cut glass. I didn't care how smart he was. I think he liked someone not caring.
Yeah, but up until this point, everybody lost something.
There's a lot of loss going around. Dad, the Golden Worlds.
A friend and mentor who trained you to be a Pathfinder. I said I wouldn't get in the way, and I meant it. But I prepped for years as your father's second. Then he chooses you? An untrained Pathfinder and all this mess to fix? The hell was he thinking?
Is this going to be a problem, Cora?
I don't want a rival. Just answers. It's done. Best I can do now is be your second. Keep your father's mission alive. Then maybe we'll all get what we came out here for.
Another romance options, but I think you cannot romance Cora as female rider. Anyway, all of this won't be easy.
Even if we get there, there's a mountain of hard work ahead.
Working hard was never my problem. Biotics like this. Thinking like an Asari huntress. I never had a place. Best I could be was a useful freak. The initiative was meant to be different. Will be different if this mission succeeds. So I'm seeing it through. It's quiet in here. I can keep the plants watered while I work. First job, see if there's any news on the Asari Ark. If they made it, we could use some Asari expertise. If you want to talk, I'll be here.
Right, that camera angle. So let's talk.
Ryder?
Cora? What else can you tell me about the Asari commandos?
What did you do while you were part of the Asari military?
4 years in a commando unit called Talane's Daughters. Part of the Council's cross-species military integration initiative. Your time defending Silva's expedition was probably more important. But we did good work. Peacekeeping is a full-time job, even in Asari space.
So, tell me more about your unit.
What was your commando unit like?
Janae and I were the youngsters. Tethys was our old lady sniper. Callia patched us up, and Valenza prayed between firefights. Our CO, Nasira, led us all over the Athena Nebula and beyond. A huntress's work is never done.
But isn't Asari space supposed to be peaceful?
Who'd pick a fight with the most powerful species in the galaxy?
Themselves, usually. Terrorists, cults, rogue Ardat Yakshi, people demanding a withdrawal from the Citadel. The Asari were spacefaring when our Roman Empire was new. Didn't fix all their problems. Sometimes you need commandos for that.
Okay. And what about your military career in general?
You were in the Alliance before you became a huntress, right? What made you join up?
My biotics. I was still living on my parents' cargo freighter when they manifested. Untrained biotic power on a starship means accidents. But we couldn't afford a tutor. The Alliance had implants, the training, everything. Old history now. Your turn. Remind me why you came to Andromeda.
The Prothean digs woke us up to how much we don't know, and to what humanity's next leap might be. Then Dad's career collapsed. His AI research made him too toxic.
I heard. Must have changed everything for your family.
Yep, we dreamt of discovery.
I wanted to find worlds and secrets no one had ever seen. and Scott was itching for adventure. So, Andromeda.
None of you writers ever think small, do you?
Nope. But anyone special?
Did you come out here with anyone? Maybe someone you served with?
I had my fun on shore leave. Nothing serious, though. Asari huntresses figure things out, but I was there for soldiering, not romance.
Okay, just curious.
I was just wondering.
Careful. One day I might be this nosy about your personal life.
Okay, go ahead. But any war stories?
After 4 years with Asari Commandos, he must have some great war stories.
Nasira assassinated a Krogan warlord with a pack of playing cards once.
A pack of cards?
What?
Choking hazard, apparently.
Ah,
Wow.
okay, I was thinking it was something else. But, yep. Any other?
Any more Commando war stories?
Always liked Janae. She was only 200, and with me around, she wasn't the kid anymore. She was a biotic protege. I once saw her yank an AA gun right off its housing, crushed a gang of slavers with it.
Ouch.
Nice.
I didn't feel it for long. Janae was a good friend. Maybe she still is back there. Won't be a kid now, though.
Yeah, she should be like around 800 and towards 850. But any more war stories?
Any more Commando war stories?
Not just now. I'll try to remember a good one.
Okay, I'll see you later.
See you later, Cora.
I'll be here.
So that's Cora. Let's continue. Nothing up there. Right, Gil.
Pathfinder Rider to engineering. Repeat, Rider to engineering. Shit, is this thing on?
Yes, it is.
Pathfinder making the rounds. Slumming it, huh? Want to see how the riffraff are making out?
Well, this isn't slumming it.
Hey, this is the most important part of the ship.
Whoa, don't tell me they put someone smart in charge for a change. I am at your command.
Just want to see how things are going with the ship.
I can coax more out of this baby than some might think, but we shouldn't go too far or push too hard between Nexus stops. For now. It just feels good to be stretching our wings, you know? Locked and idle too long, you start to drift. People, same as ships. Stuck on the Nexus, gotta say, I was regretting joining the initiative.
Yeah, I get the feeling it's not just you.
I doubt you were the only one.
Yes, but it's a new thing for me, regret. I tend to live the way I work. Kind of feel it, do it. Not a lot of close ties, no real sense of purpose. Figured maybe I'd find my true calling in Andromeda. Then I got here and, oops, I just made a decision there's no turning back from. I was going nuts on that station. You can't know how jazzed I was when you showed up.
Well, I don't think it's just me specifically, right?
You mean how jazzed you were that a Pathfinder showed up?
Tomato, potato. You just keep pointing this ship wherever you want it to go, and I'll make sure she can get there. Deal?
Deal.
But wasn't the saying tomato, tomato, and potato, potato, not tomato, potato? Like, what's this?
Long time no chat. What's up?
Yeah, what do you know about the rest of the crew?
Seems like we have a good group here.
Well, veteran Suvi are my girls. Get along well. Lots of mutual respect. As far as your Hyperion peeps go, the doc's kinda nosy. Liam's good for a laugh or two. Cora, she's a bit by the book for me.
Think we kinda need that.
By the book keeps us alive.
Hey, variety's the spice of life, right? Different strokes makes for healthy debate.
What about Kello?
He's a pilot.
Which means
He flies the ship.
we're leaving it at that then?
Does a Pathfinder know what to do with a dead end?
No, not yet. but I guess we'll find out. What can you tell me about the Tempest?
I hear we have you to thank for getting the Tempest space ready so quickly?
Vetra brings her impossible feats to me. I was itching to get this particular call. Capital R ready. Don't tell her, but the truth is, I fudge reports to come in early, then bust ass in secret to make up for it. Expands the guild legend. Plus, I convey calm and assurance, and the whole team relaxes, which helps them do their jobs better.
The Gil legend. Maybe you'll tell me later on. What's that about?
What's your social circle like?
I'm good for a laugh, so I know lots of people, but I don't let too many in. My one true friend is stationed on the Nexus. She's the only piece of the Milky Way I brought with me. The more you and I get to know each other, the more you'll probably hear about her.
Okay, I'll hold you to it. But what can you tell me about the Nexus?
How tough has it been on the Nexus all these months?
Have you ever eaten overcooked space cow tongue?
No. Not that I'm aware of.
Can't say I have.
Well, let me tell you, it's tough. Wondering if you're gonna die from a critical malfunction? Or maybe starvation? Imagining which would be worse? But hey, you could always take a break from the fear and boredom to dwell on being a part of the biggest failure in galactic history. Maybe even participate in a revolt.
What was your take on that?
I didn't place any bets, if that's what you're asking. Truth is, I don't think anyone made out particularly well. Whatever side you're on, you die a little when your brother, your teammate, becomes an enemy. We traveled all this way, all hope and wonder, and we end up fighting with each other over scraps. It's sad.
Yeah, sad indeed. But I guess I'll catch you later.
Good talking to you, Gil.
Anytime.
Oh, I can scan that. Don't know if I got some research, but... Right. Down below. We still have Liam, Vetra, and... Lexi.
Oh, hey, Pathfinder.
The Pathfinder's there? Let me say hi.
Fine, but don't embarrass me. Ryder, this is Sid, my sister. Sid, Ryder.
Am I interrupting?
Hope I'm not interrupting something important.
Not at all. We were just finishing up.
Wait, Ryder, I just wanted to know if...
So I know it feels like I just jumped aboard your ship without explanation.
Okay, but you can give it now.
Now's as good a time as any.
I think... No. I know that I can be of use here. I know everyone on the crew, even the actuators Gil prefers for the ship. Better, I know how to get my hands on them. With me around, your crew's going to be at their best. We've been failing for months, Ryder. Now that we have you, we have a chance out here.
Yeah, we definitely need people, that's for sure.
We need people with skills, and it sounds like you've got many. Welcome aboard.
Yep, making deals to get the things you want, shooting at the things you don't. That's me. We all have a personal stake in this. If it keeps going the way it's been, we're all dead. I should track down a lead for Gil's actuators. Back channels, you know.
Okay.
We'll chat later?
Well... How about now?
Need something? Need something done?
So, you seem to know the Tempest.
You're pretty familiar with the ship.
I made sure the technicians had what they needed to keep the Tempest ready and waiting. Leadership wanted to strip her for parts, but I kept saying, a Pathfinder's gonna show up. I like being right.
But, okay, how did you end up joining the initiative?
How did you hear of the Andromeda Initiative?
Short answer, Cash. She was looking for some experimental ship mods, and I knew how to track them down. I thought it was a one-time deal, but she came back. Once, twice. Eventually, I figured out something was going on, something big with creds behind it. I asked and she told me about the initiative. New galaxy, new home. Couldn't pass that up.
Nice. But you mentioned the uprising. Were you there?
You were on the Nexus when the revolt happened?
When you promise people golden worlds and all they get are wastelands and a death cloud, they riot. Some wanted to go home, some demanded answers, and a couple just wanted to stir shit up.
And you?
Some days I wondered if the exiles had a point. Maybe we were conned into coming here. But why would the Initiative go to all this trouble just to screw us over? Thing about conning people, you always know something they don't, and that's why the con works. And if I'm going to pick a side, I'm picking the liars.
That's true, okay. It's an interesting reasoning. But what can you tell me about these back channels you mentioned?
You talked about your back channels. What did you mean?
We brought a lot from home. Some of it marked initiative, some of it in personal caches. Most things you want, someone's got. You just have to figure out who, and what they're willing to take in exchange.
Okay, that sounds too easy.
It can't be that simple.
Oh, but it is. Most things are simple once you know the trick to them.
Okay, then I guess it is. Well, I'll chat to you later then.
You probably have work to do. We can chat later.
You know where to find me.
Right. Liam. Need help with that couch? I guess that's a no.
Pathfinder, help me with something? I know, not exactly standard. Gotta make the space comfortable. Plus, the fabric diffuses the charge from an overclocked Omni blade. Not giving up a 6% boost, right?
Okay, that sentence didn't make sense for me, but question is, where did you get that couch?
Someone brought this to Andromeda?
It was new when we left. It's been a hard year. So, finally time for that beer? And after
Sure.
2 years and a dozen suspensions, I took a lateral promotion out of the force. Being a cop just didn't fit. But crisis response? Digging people out of trouble? That worked. I bet Hustle followed you into a few peace actions. Think about your Alliance days much?
Wait, what was Hustle?
Tell me about your group.
Heavy urban search terrain 1? Yeah. Earth's contribution to a multi-species disaster response unit. HUST-1, but Hustle looks much better on the patch.
True.
All civilians, retired vets, or shits like me. I was fiercely bearded. Tastes better just thinking about those days.
Well, sometimes, yeah, we kinda miss those days.
I wanted exploration, to chase the cutting edge of Prothean research. I thought I'd found my calling. Seems like a long time ago.
600 years, give or take. So, Pathfinder. Why Andromeda?
That blunt, huh?
That blunt.
Well, the truth is, it was opportunity and the love of science.
I started in the Alliance, but it was the science that kept me going. And when that ended, well, if I wanted to be a part of the next big discovery, it had to be here.
Ah, I don't hear idealist a lot. Everyone's cynical.
Back at you, Costa. Why'd you come?
I want to say I'm running from my past, but really running from myself. That'd be a great story. But it's bullshit. I had family, friends, a good enough job, nothing was wrong. I just heard about the initiative and I believed in it. I believed in a new beginning. Still do. I have to. We're in it.
It does put some pressure on all of us, to be honest.
If it all goes wrong, it could feel like we left for no reason.
I know why I'm here. A bad start can't change that. I won't let it. In crisis response, I'd focus on essentials. That's you and this team. Pathfinder leads to planets, leads to people. You've got your part covered. You've got this. I'll do my damnedest to help with the rest.
I'll drink to that. Anything else, Liam?
Pathfinder.
What more can you tell me about you?
We barely covered how you joined. Tell me something about yourself.
Alright, I was a bad student, piss poor cop, great responder. Had a good life, but it'd all been done. I wasn't looking to start over. I wanted to start big.
Okay. Let's start with your career.
You were a cop, then crisis response? Couldn't have been long in either.
Didn't have the patience for law, so I figured enforcement. Dad knew it didn't fit before I did. But it got me into hustle. They mostly take vets and retired service. Best years of my life.
Sounds satisfying.
You found your place. Not everyone gets that.
I knew it. Glad for it every day. And that led me here.
Nice. But what about your family then?
Tell me about your family.
I miss the hell out of them. Some nights you just cry, right? That's the thing everyone does. Mom Joelle, Dad Calvin. Both lawyers. Met on the Citadel, settled on Earth. No brothers or sisters. That might have been too much to leave. It was traditional. How about you?
Well, what defines traditional?
Traditional is a weird term for family, like normal. Who's that describe?
I suppose you're right. I sure didn't keep to tradition. I said goodbye to my mum and dad and got on a ship to Andromeda.
And here you are, drinking beer. Right, I'll catch you later then.
We'll talk later.
I know it.
Yeah, of course you know it, because we're gonna have other stuff to talk about as we progress through the game. Okay, Med Bay. And we have Sam as well. You know what? Crew info board. Dinner tonight. No entry. Sorry everyone, I forgot we were taking turns and have the rations aren't unpacked yet. Callow. Comments. Got you covered, Callow. There's soup in the galley, dextro and levo for me, and fruit cocktail, Vetra. And to think we might have left port without you. Response from Callow. Okay, Sam, how are you doing?
Hello, Sarah. It is interesting to be renewed.
How do you mean?
Since my creation, I have been Alec Ryder's Sam. Now, I am your Sam. I am still myself, but now the input and experiences I have are completely new. I will develop in a new direction. The term reincarnation seems appropriate.
So, me and Dad were that different?
Being linked to me is a totally new experience?
You and Alec are unique individuals. I can now see the variations that define you. I look forward to our continued partnership.
Likewise. But how does it feel with multiple perspectives?
Is it confusing to be in multiple places talking to different people?
My awareness can be partitioned, so I can give you the same attention as, say, a SAM node technician. In the field, you are my primary focus, and all other requests are queued. In the vernacular, you have my undivided attention.
Got it. Any other memory triggers around?
Sam, any more information on the memory trigger we found?
The memory blocks are still in place. If you continue searching for more triggers, they may unlock.
Okay. Your location is still on the Hyperion then?
Are you still on the Hyperion?
Yes, this terminal provides a direct link to my servers in SAM node on the Ark. I can maintain a presence on the Tempest via quantum entanglement communication.
Oh, that's useful.
I'm sure that'll come in handy.
It ensures I remain in touch with you and the Pathfinder team at all times.
What about me and Scott?
What was Dad's take on Scott and I?
He believed your family trials brought you closer together, and hoped that would endure. It appears that hope was well-founded.
Speaking of which, any humor around?
So if we're going to work together, you might notice I like to joke around sometimes, lighten things up. How's your sense of humor, Sam?
Alec Ryder encouraged me to develop this skill.
Humor's not a skill, it's... Okay, try telling me a joke.
A neutron enters a bar and asks, "How much is a drink?" The bartender replies, "For you, no charge."
I can see why Dad told you to keep working on your humor.
Come on, that was a good joke. Well, I mean, if you don't know about that kind of stuff, then maybe you'll be in the dark. But really, that was a good wordplay. Any other jokes?
How are those jokes coming, Sam?
Why don't Thresher Moors eat comedians? Because they taste funny.
Okay, that like meh. That was a bad one.
How are those jokes coming, Sam?
My algorithms are formulating a new one, calculating the trajectory of the punchline. That was not a joke.
Oh, right.
Well, that was a funny wordplay. Any other?
How are those jokes coming, Sam?
I am formulating a new one.
Good. I'll see you later
Thanks,
then.
Sam. Nothing more.
Right. Well, 2 out of 3. I found that funny, which is good. Lexi, how are we doing?
You're not Harry.
The blue give it away? Habitat 7 was a little more action-packed than Harry bargained for. He decided to spend his retirement years in the Hyperion looking after your brother.
Well, I guess welcome aboard then.
Happy to have you, Dr. DePero.
I'll do my best. Now, hold still.
Ow!
What was that for?
Sorry.
I remember you having a gentler touch.
Still trying to get my bearings. Thought I'd be waking up colonists, not taking care of the Pathfinder.
Well, it's only natural to be a bit nervous.
Being nervous means you understand what's at stake.
That's the problem. I always hoped to work in the field, but everything's happening so quickly.
Focus on the positive. It helps.
I guess this is my opportunity to study alien species firsthand. Getting a Ket specimen aboard the Hyperion would be difficult, but here...
Whoa, what?
A Ket corpse. For autopsy. A live subject would be better, but I'm not greedy.
Why do you care about the cat?
Harry didn't tell you? I'm a specialist in alien anatomy. My thesis on Krogan virility and aggression is what got me in the initiative.
Okay, so that's great.
Anatomist, physician. That's quite the resume.
I'm also a licensed psychologist. 275 years has given me plenty of time to branch out.
Wait,
But we
how
were
old are
discussing
you?
the Ket. An autopsy could teach us potential weaknesses, average lifespan.
Right.
Just something to think about. Sam, make sure the Pathfinder eats her vegetables.
That was not funny, Lexi. I always eat my vegetables. Oh, you have a datapad here. You've got this. You don't need an old man a few hundred years your junior to tell you you're ready for this. I'll do it anyway because I know it's true. You keep your rider safe and I'll do the same with mine. Harry. Great. Anything else, Lexi?
Yes?
So, how's your friendship with Harry?
How long have you and Harry been friends?
I remember when he didn't complain about arthritis.
Ooh,
We met
that
at a
long.
medical convention on the Citadel. He was moderating a panel on neurosurgery in low-gravity environments. His name card was crooked, but he was so damn confident, I knew we'd be friends.
And that's how you joined the Hyperion?
So how did an Asari doctor end up on the human ark?
Specialist in alien anatomy, remember? That includes humans. Also, Harry insisted. Maybe he always intended to switch jobs.
Maybe. About some memory fragments, though.
I need to talk to you about something private.
Of course. That's what I'm here for.
When Dad died, he blocked off parts of Sam's memory, things he didn't want me to see.
Or he thought you weren't ready for.
Maybe. I found this trigger. It unlocked a memory fragment of Dad on the Citadel. From when the Alliance rejected his ideas about AI, and he found out Mom's illness was terminal.
Why do you think your father chose this specific memory?
I think it might have been a turning point.
It was where his journey to Andromeda really began.
Those events started your family down a new path.
Yeah. Thanks, Lexi. Feels good to talk about this.
I guess I'll see you around.
I'll let you get back to it.
I'll be here if you need me.
Okay, we have respec. What's this about facial reconstructions? Does this mean I can change my appearance? Yeah, I guess so. I'm not gonna change anything. But this seems a bit weird choice. And of course I'm getting a loading screen. Really, game? Where did you end up? Oh, back on the bridge. I guess we talked with everyone. I wanted to go on the bridge anyway. Oh, we have new email. Reminder to Ryder from Cora. Thanks for the talking. Things feel better, though they don't feel fixed yet. Remember to take time for yourself too. Work's important, but so is time to grieve. Grief and fear cannot rule you. Let them be your faithful servants, protective of their mistress. Loss serves a huntress like fuel serves fire. Asteris 12 Leaves, verse 132. Cora. P.S. Plants are coming along. Sam and I are learning about botany together. Interesting times. Proud to be here. From Liam to me. 8 Pathfinder. Just hitting this point again. Our team? No place I'd rather be. Here's where we get to fix things. As soon as we have people on the ground, I'll have eyes on how to get them what they need. This sort of just make it happen is why I joined Hustle. And exactly why I came here. We'll do it. Costa. Liam has included a list of media themed to frontiers. Genre include Western space opera and, oddly, Thurian historical dramas. Okay. You're the boss. From Vetra to me. Pathfinder. I thought I ought to clarify. I know I said something about back channels doing what I have to do. Being on the Nexus during the bad times, a lot of us got used to a lot of ugly things. Because survival just isn't that pretty. But in the end, I'm here to help you. So if there's anything you don't like, I won't do it. Simple as that. Vetra. My paper. From Suvi to me. Dear Ryder, I've attached my paper on Helios soil. In case you are looking for some light bedtime reading. Right, 60 pages. Once again, I'm so honored to be here. Suvi. Server message. The attachment Helios Pedology Sandvar.8 has been categorized as spam and is now quarantined. Come on, Sam. Maybe I wanted to read that. Okay, in case you're interested. From Lexi to me. Attachment, Krogan and aggression. Okay. Ryder. Attached is my Krogan thesis that I mentioned to you. I know, only 500 pages, but I wasn't allowed to go over. If you get through it, I wrote a longer dissertation for the Citadel Journal of Medicine. Around 1,400 pages. That's much more insightful and includes mating diagrams. Lexi. I think I'll pass on that one. Anywho, this was a longer episode than I wanted on chatting with the team, and we didn't get any exploration. I still want to go to the Nexus back to get that pie check and maybe explore the Nexus a bit more. I think we have more stuff opened up. Anywho, that'll be for the next episodes. For now, hopefully you enjoyed this part, guys. And as always, don't forget to take care.